Welcome, everyone. I am Eric Glazer, and this is your Sharp Squares podcast for Week 8 of the NFL season 2023-24. In a moment, I'm going to be joined by Greg Roth and maybe some of the other guys. I'm going to get us started. Week 7 results. All our Sharps in aggregate last week, 34 and 34, 50%. Our medal games were 2 and 2. In pick 5, we went 2 and 3. On a brighter note, in 3-2-1, we got 5 out of 6 available points. That's going 2 and 1. For the season, our Sharps are 53.3% in aggregate. Medal games, 20 and 13 or 60.6%. Pick 5, we're at 54.3%. In 3-2-1, we are at 61.9%. And our total points are at 59.5%, meaning we're 13 and 8 in 3-2-1, and we've generated 25 of 42 possible points in that contest. I'm going to give you a quick summary of the Sharps that are leading the way so far, as we're just over a third of the season. Our top 3, Rob Pizzola, representing Forward Progress, is 12 and 6. That's 66.7%. AJ Hoffman from the Dream Preview is 21 and 12. He is 63.6% on the season. Marco D'Angelo, Wager Talk, Bet On It Show, he's 8 and 5, 61.5% against the number. Those are the 3 Sharps who are over 60% so far. I'm going to give RJ White from CBS pick 6 a little honorable mention. He is at 59.5% against the number, and he picks a lot of games. He's 16 and 11. Sharps at the bottom. Steve Fezzik from the Dream Preview is 37.9%. That's 11, 8, and 2. They take a lot of picks, though. Kelly in Vegas, also from Wager Talk, 2 and 5, 28.6%. And at the bottom, in an unusually bad start to the season, is Ross Tucker from Even Money, usually pretty strong. He is 7 and 20, or 25.9%. He's been hot on his teasers, but we do not track that for this show. Okay. If you want to get the Crim Notes, where you could get Ross's teasers, his wheels that he's doing so well with on the Even Money podcast or any of the other podcasts we cover, if you want to get all those things, join us within our Discord community. Go to sharpsquarespodcast.com, click on our community, and I'll tell you what, there's a week free trial, but I'm going to do better than that this week. I'm assuming most of you do get the newsletter. By the way, the newsletter is free. You could subscribe to it by going to the same website I just mentioned, sharpsquarespodcast.com. But if you want to join our community, when you register for that free trial, you will need to put in a credit card. It's $49.99 for the year. That's 52 weeks, so we'll flow into next football season. But if you use the code newsletter 2023, newsletter all lowercase 2023, no space, you'll get another $15 off your subscription. So if you decide to move forward after that free trial, you'll get the year for $35, $34.99. So there you go. Hope you join us. All right, let's get to the fun. Let's get to our top picks this week. We rate them by way of gold, silver, and bronze. And to deliver you that important information, as he does every week, everyone's favorite fellow degenerate, the Greg Roth.
Eric, thank you so much. A lot to work with this week. There are 5 medal games, 1 gold game, 1 silver game, and 3 bronze games. The gold game, the top-rated game, the pick is the Cincinnati Bengals. They're plus 5.5, traveling to San Francisco to take on the 49ers. AJ Hoffman, Ross Tucker, Chris Raybon, Gil Alexander. They all picked Cincinnati. There was dissent from RJ White and Mike Lombardi. So, Eric, 4 sharps on Cincinnati, 2 on San Francisco, yet it's our lone gold game, our top-rated game. How'd that happen? 4-2 on the sharps.
Yeah, you guys could probably guess this. So the podcasts took the game right after the Purdy concussion protocol news. So the line that they were taking it at was around 3. The line that we're getting in DraftKings, though, is 5.5. And so with that line differential between 3 and 5.5, anyone that took the game at 3, and we're taking it at 5.5, gets amplified. Their pick gets amplified. So the people that took that game get much more weight because of that huge differential, and that's why that game bubbled up. So take that as you want, folks.
Eric, there's a silver game. The pick is the Baltimore Ravens. They're minus 8.5 at the Arizona Cardinals. Will Capper, Eric Eager, Fabian Summer, and Chris Raybon, also AJ Hoffman, all picked Baltimore. Nobody took Arizona. 3 bronze games. I'm going to give them to you in the order of their rankings. The number 1 rated bronze game. The pick is the Carolina Panthers. They're plus 2.5, a home dog welcoming the Houston Texans. There are a lot of sharps in this game, Eric, so pay attention. Cleve TA, Mike Lombardi, RJ White, Will Brinson, Adam Chernoff, Steve Fezzik, RJ Bell, Marco D'Angelo, Rob Pizzola, Eric Eager, and the Whale Capper all took Carolina. Nobody took the Houston Texans. Do with it as you wish, Eric, that information. The second bronze game, the pick's the Denver Broncos. They're a home dog as well, getting 7.5 points at home, hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. Joe Ranieri, Stuckey, Cleve TA are all on Denver. Nobody picked Kansas City. The fifth medal game, bronze, the pick, the Atlanta Falcons. They're a road favorite. The Atlanta Falcons, Eric, somehow in week 8, is it week 8?
It is.
Somehow the Atlanta Falcons in week 8 are a road favorite. They're minus 2.5 traveling to Tennessee to take on the Titans. Steve Fezzik, Tommy the Hitman, and Cleve TA took Atlanta. Will Brinson and Kelly Stewart in descent took Tennessee. So let me recap the medal games. Gold, Cincinnati. Silver, Baltimore. Bronze, Carolina, Denver, Atlanta. We have 5 medal games. Easy to fill out our pick 5. They're the 5 medal games. Bengals, Ravens, Panthers, Broncos, Falcons. Eric, 3-2-1.
3-2-1, folks. The Panthers, as you heard from Greg, everyone was on the Panthers, right? Well, in DraftKings, our line was 2.5, and everyone was taking that game at 3. So their weight of their pick got adjusted down. But in 3-2-1, we are actually getting a full 3. So that game, the Panthers bubbled up to our top ranked game, and that will be our 3-point game. It's gold status within the 3-2-1 lines. The Bengals stay as our second highest game, and they will be our 2-point game. And our 1-point game, Greg, coming out of nowhere is the Seahawks, because in DraftKings, we're laying 3.5. So those picks did not weight high enough to score it high. But in 3-2-1, we're only laying 3. So that game bubbled up to be our top game. Can you tell everyone who took that game?
Yeah, the Seahawks, they're minus 3, hosting the Cleveland Browns. RJ Bell, AJ Hoffman, Tommy the Hitman, RJ White, Cleve TA all took Seattle. In descent, Chris Raybon, he took the Browns. Eric, to recap, 3-2-1. Panthers, a 3-point game. Bengals, a 2-point game. Seahawks, the 1-point game. Pick 5. Bengals, Ravens, Panthers, Broncos, Falcons.
Great stuff. And just so everyone knows, those 3-2-1 picks, using the 3-2-1 lines and our regular algorithm, all 3 of those games qualified as gold at the lines of Panthers 3, Bengals 5.5, and Hawks -3. Take that for what it is. If that's all you were looking for, and Greg, I know you're on the road, so you have to go too. So this goes for you too. You are all, along with Greg Roth, dismissed. If you want to stick around for some handicapping highlights, the ambassador David Eby and I are here for you, and we're going to cover a couple of those games. All right, Mr. Ambassador, now with Greg gone, I feel like we got some space. We could get some more shots in. We could play more of our game. You know, I know we're a great team with him, but without him, I feel like some of our skills may be able to be on showcase right now that we normally don't get to use. Do you agree? So let's see what we could do here. I'm going to lead you off with trends. Take it away.
Thanks, Eric. Hopefully we can shine in Greg's absence. We've got 3 trends this week. First one, pretty simple. Winless teams in week 8 are 13-21 against the spread. That's from the Dream Preview. So, of course, the pick to fade would be Carolina. Of course, that's one of our medal games, so not sure what to do with that information. My advice is to pretend that Arizona is winless and fade them instead. Second trend is an over-under trend. The team that won its last game as an underdog and the game before that, so 2 games ago, they won as an away underdog, and they're now on the road. The under in games that fit that criteria is 41 out of 57. So that's 71% to the under. So that means the play this week is on the Battle of New York or New Jersey, depending on how you want to look at it. The Jets and the Giants, under. That's from Wager Talk. Finally, the team that just won as an underdog and is now an underdog of 6 or more points since 2010, they are 26.2% ATS, straight up 6.1%. So the team to fade this week is the New England Patriots.
Yeah, and that's also from Wager Talk, and that straight up record is 4-62. That makes up that 6.1%. 4-62. So long odds for the Pats if you like that trend. Okay, I never give commentary, but this pick, and this is why we do this, folks, so I don't have to be subjective in making picks. Me and Greg are not good that way, but this feels so square, picking against the 49ers after they've lost 2 weeks in a row. But here we go. Here's the handicap synopsis for our top game, Bengals plus 5.5 at San Francisco. The overall theme is San Francisco is getting hurt while the Bengals are getting healthier. Purdy, Debo, and Williams are all probably out. Chris Raybon says the presence of Debo on the field makes a big difference for the San Francisco run game, and that helps their offensive line, which has been horrendous without Williams. A.J. Hoffman adds that the Cincinnati pass rush is 7th in the NFL per PFF around providing blitz pressure, and Sam Darnold, if he plays, does not handle pressure historically well at all. Chris Raybon goes on again and says, while Burrow is an underdog by more than a field goal, he is 14-2 against the spread, covering by nearly 6 points per game. And Dr. Bob Stoll, who's on Beating the Book with Gil Alexander, Cincinnati as an underdog of 3 points or more over the last 3 years are actually 8-4 straight up, folks. Burrow raises his game against better teams. There was dissent here. Mike Lombardi says offensive lines don't travel well, and the Bengals will face a tough 49ers defensive line here. And the Whale Capper, he thinks this matchup is all about the Niners offense versus the Bengals defense, and the Niners are better here. Check out the handicaps from the following 6 shows via these timestamps. Action Network, 14 minutes even. Beating the Buck, 41 minutes, 45 seconds. The Dream Preview, 1 hour, 19 minutes, 24 seconds. Even Money, 22 minutes, 3 seconds. The GM Shuffle, 41 minutes, 30 seconds. And Matchbook, 37 minutes, 40 seconds.
All right, Eric, moving to our silver game, the Ravens minus 8.5 points at the Cardinals. The theme for this game, a little bit like the theme last week for the Cardinals, Arizona is becoming the team that everyone thought they would be. The loss of James Conner has been significant to the offense. Whale Capper says that the Ravens have survived a tough stretch of schedule and will throttle Arizona. That is a direct quote. Eric Eager said Dobbs is encouraging, but not good. He has a negative 39 EPA in the passing game, which is worse than Pickett, Carr, Mac Jones, and Desmond Ridder. Raybon said Arizona is not blitzing on defense, and Lamar will shred any defense that doesn't send extra pressure on him. Lamar can basically make the plays regardless of how many rushers Arizona sends. Timestamps, Action Network 23:22, Matchbook 47 minutes, 23 seconds, Forward Progress 23 minutes exactly, and Dream Preview 3 hours, 24 minutes, and 29 seconds.
Okay, final game we're going to highlight here is our top game for 3-2-1, and that is the Panthers +3. The synopsis here is Carolina. The theme here, is Carolina's off a bye and has switched offensive play callers. Adam Chernoff from Right Angle Sports. When watching Carolina in pressure, head coach Frank Reich and OC Brown split play calling duties. Reich called the first half and Brown called the second half. Chernoff points out in those games, there was a night and day difference between the two. From a visual perspective, the pre-snap motion, from a creativity perspective, guys in space and getting open from that perspective as well. All huge differences when the OC was making the calls. That's what he saw in the preseason. It's one of the reasons he's so bullish on this change. Eric Eager, Rob Pizzola from Forward Progress, and Marco D'Angelo from Wager Talk also say that they would, although they like CJ Stroud, they would never lay 3 points for a road favorite rookie head coach and quarterback. So if you want to catch all those handicaps, timestamps, Right Angle Sports on YouTube, 31 minutes, 18 seconds. Dream Preview, 57 minutes, 51 seconds. Forward Progress, 13 minutes, 19 seconds. Matchbook covers it at 26 minutes, 11 seconds. Wager Talk breaks this game down at 40 minutes, 5 seconds. CBS Pick 6 does it at 17 minutes, 25 seconds. And the GM Shuffle, 47 minutes, 20 seconds. Nice job, the ambassador. Nice job to all of our producers, Chris Deester and Patrick McQuillan. Special shout out to you guys for doing all these handicapping highlights. All the guys behind the scenes, the ambassador who helped throw this all together in Greg's absence, helped me a lot this week. Thank you, David. As a reminder, none of us are truly sharp, but this is your Sharp Squares podcast.
Good luck out there.